Bonjour et bienvenue à l'Amphithéâtre national de la presse. Nous avons avec nous des représentants du groupe d'intervention Action en santé. First, we will hear from Glenn Brimacombe and Dr. Karen Cohen. Glenn Brimacombe is the co-chair of Health Action Lobby, and it will be followed by Madame Cohen, as well, co-chair of HEAL. Mr. Brimacombe is as well Chief Executive Officer of Canadian Psychiatrists Association, and Madame Cohen is Chief Executive Officer of Canadian Psychological Association. Here with us as well, we have Anne Sutherland-Bowles de l'Association des infirmières et infirmiers du Canada, Michael Brennan de l'Association canadienne de physiothérapie, Bill Thole des soins santé Cannes. À votre tour, and everybody please turn off your cell phone. Merci.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Glenn Brimacombe. I'm CEO of the Canadian Psychiatric Association, and I'm joined by Dr. Karen Cohen, CEO of the Canadian Psychological Association. We are the co-chairs of the Health Action Lobby, known as HEAL. Created in 1991, HEAL is a nonpartisan coalition of national health organizations representing more than 650,000 providers and consumers dedicated to improving the health of Canadians and the care they receive. This morning, Dr. Cohen and I are joined by three members of HEAL, Ms. Anne Sutherland-Bowles of the Canadian Nurses Association, Mr. Bill Thole of Healthcare Can, and Mr. Michael Brennan from the Canadian Physiotherapy Association. Today, 39 member organizations of HEAL are releasing an unprecedented consensus statement about the role of the federal government in health and healthcare. This statement articulates health system change in the Canadian way: compassion, consensus, and collaboration. The statement responds to the importance of health and healthcare to the Canadian public. A NANO survey, also released today by HEAL, shows that 80% of Canadians think that healthcare must be a top priority for all political parties in the next federal election.
Le groupe d'intervention Action Santé, GAS, témoigne de ce que nous croyons être le rôle du gouvernement fédéral, soit accélérer le rythme de l'innovation, répondre à l'évolution des besoins des Canadiens en matière de santé, renforcer les partenariats stratégiques avec les provinces et les territoires et les fournisseurs et les consommateurs, améliorer la santé des Canadiens et les soins qu'ils reçoivent. À notre avis, cette approche traduit bien la façon canadienne qui est profondément enracinée dans la compassion, le consensus et la collaboration. HEAL's consensus statement focuses on 6 areas. First, HEAL believes that all governments must work together to transform our health system. While there is a strong leadership role to be played by the federal government, it cannot be in isolation from the provinces and territories. Given the federal government is the 5th largest health delivery system in the country, there is considerable value in working more collaboratively with the provinces and territories. They can do this by becoming a member and meaningful contributor of the Council of the Federation's Healthcare Innovation Working Group. Second, HEAL has developed a vision statement for the federal role in health and healthcare. It clarifies where the federal government has a direct leadership role and where it can work more collaboratively with the provinces and territories, along with health providers and consumers. Third, HEAL has identified a performance framework to guide the transformation of the health system. It is based on the work of the Institute for Healthcare Improvement and its triple aim approach: better health, better care, better value.
Fourth, HEAL is concerned that the unilateral changes to the Canada Health Transfer announced by the federal government in 2011 reduced the federal share of provincial and territorial health spending. Further, federal spending will be distributed differently amongst the provinces and territories. The share of federal funding stands at 23% in 2014 and is projected to fall to 14% in 2037. HEAL is of the view that the federal share should remain at no less than 25% of provincial and territorial health spending, or 1 out of every $4 for healthcare should come from the federal government. HEAL is also calling for a demographic top-up fund to assist those provinces and territories that have older populations with more health needs. Fifth, HEAL encourages the federal government to play a more strategic role with the provinces and territories in 3 areas: Canada's aging population, access to prescription drugs, and accelerating the spread of applied innovation. We need to look at different ways to ensure that aging Canadians are not in financial jeopardy if they require home care and/or long-term care. This can be achieved through a combination of tax policies, like the creation of a social insurance program that finances the cost of home care and/or long-term care, or the creation of a tax-sheltered vehicle such as a long-term care savings account. There is also a role for the federal government to work with the provinces and territories to increase the number of nursing home and long-term care beds in Canada through the creation of a time-limited, strategically targeted, national community-based health infrastructure fund. This recommendation is supported by the vast majority of Canadians responding to the recent NANOS poll. For some Canadians, out-of-pocket costs can mean the difference between accessing needed medications and going without. There is a role for the federal government to introduce a drug program to assist Canadians in managing the extraordinary costs of some prescription drugs. Through the creation of a National Health Innovation Fund, the federal government can help accelerate the adoption of proven innovations in 3 areas: primary health care, mental health and addictions, and health human resources. This too has the overwhelming support of Canadians according to the NANO survey.
Pour finir, JAS estime qu'il y a tout à gagner à ce que les gouvernements, au échelon fédéral, provincial et territorial, créent un ensemble d'indicateurs communs de rendement du système national de soins de santé portant sur toute la gamme de soins. Hill believes that a national set of health performance indicators is a race to the top when it comes to continuous quality improvement. In closing, Hill's consensus statement is about building a healthier Canada through compassion, consensus, and collaboration, the Canadian way. As we move closer to a federal election, Hill hopes that our consensus statement will stimulate a public discussion about the roles, responsibilities, and expectations of the federal government when it comes to the future of the health system. Hill and Canadians believe it is important to know where each political party stands in terms of its priorities for health and healthcare. At the end of the day, there is only one government that represents the interests of all Canadians. That is the federal government. Thank you. We'd be pleased to answer any questions you might have.